Hello, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time, episode 100. This is game 2 this evening, an adventure I have entitled FDA Approved. It's got the subtitle, The Other White Meat. But before we dive into that, I just want to set the scene just a little bit for you all. It's raining summer's night. The four of you, some of Bartholomew's most prolific adventurers and at least one of his most ambitious, sit together in a lowly tavern in the countryside. Sword Coheir, one of the most powerful Aasimar in all the land. Perhaps, or perhaps not, only two Fawkes sakes, the sword who cuts the heavens. We have Bioshi, or perhaps a different face. We'll find out. And lastly, but not least, Ideal himself, or themselves, the Silver Tongue. The four of you are, for the most part, renowned throughout the lands. Wherever you go, people see your faces and they recognize you and call out your names, scream for your attention. Which is what led you here. A small tavern on the outskirts of the small kingdoms. A place called Haberdackle Inn. The rain pitter-patters on the roof. It's a quiet day, only about 6, maybe 7 people in the tavern. And remarkably, none of them have bothered you. Not even once. Seemingly this far out, no one recognizes your name. Or your face, for that matter. What are the four of you doing on this lowly summer evening? The rain pattering outside as you sit in this tavern. Where do we find you?
I'm drinking, of course. What else is better to do when you're surrounded by friends?
Enjoying the peace and quiet.
I'm just trying to stay clean. A place as lowly as this isn't exactly fit for an Eladrin like I.
And Ideal?
Keeping to myself.
Ideal, you sit in the corner, supping some drink, whatever it may be, is beyond the viewer's knowledge. Fawkes, the life of the tavern, for the few people that are here, your boisterous, happy spirit really brings the place up. And Sword, finally free from the hustle and bustle of Central City, are kind of relaxed and enjoying it. However, it is at this moment that all of that comfort and relaxation changes, as bursting through the door, under a crack of thunder, a man rushes in, sweat pouring down his brow. He's drenched in rain, exhausted, panting heavily. Anyone, please, down the road. The Burgermeister's cart has crashed, has fallen over. It's on fire. I have no idea. Please, I'm too weak to stop it.
No, the burgers!
Yes. My goodness, Fawkes sakes. Oh, the sword who cuts the heavens, please! We need you! The man collapses to the floor, exhausted, reaching out toward you, Fawkes.
I'll walk past him. In
right.
The direction of the...
It's right down the road, into the forest. You can't miss it. It's a blazing beacon. I wasn't able to get the doors open. They're too strong.
It's about time we start something fun.
All right. Fawkes sakes, you the first one out. You begin heading down the road into the forest. In the distance, despite the dark, overcast skies, the occasional crack of thunder, and the dark, dreary rain, you do see a slight light flickering in the distance, like that of a blazing fire. You heading right toward it? Okay. For the rest of you, who is making haste following Fawkes? It sounded like Bioshi. I'm sorry.
Araneth.
Aaroneth. Aaron, what? You said you were also following along.
I suppose I really hope the rain doesn't ruin my diaries.
Mm-hmm. Sword, are you quickly on the tail of Fawkes' sakes?
I'll help the man back to a chair where he can catch his breath, and then I'll follow suit.
Excellent. Thank you, but please, the Burgermeister, he needs everyone's help. As much as you can, please, we can't lose him. And you make your way after, and I deal following along. Fawkes' sakes, you're the first one to come to the ruined cart. You see what was once a beautiful, elegant wagon, gold filigree, excellent engravings, a real wonderful carriage fit for perhaps a king, or at least a very, very wealthy noble. Currently, it is broken on the side. It is tipped near to one side. The axle in the middle snapped, and it is ablaze. And you can see the beautiful golden filigree throughout has started to melt and is dribbling down the sides of the cart. And you hear, kind of muffled inside, "Help! Help me!" Some kind of a voice call out for help.
All right, I'll flip the cart over and see if I can
Okay, you're gonna just walk
Them-
over and
get them,
flip
get
the
them
cart
help.
right over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they trapped under some? Trapped under it, or is there like it's all on fire, right?
Yeah, well, again, it's like a carriage, but you're pretty damn strong. You want to make your way over and flip everything up? In that case, could you roll me an athletics check, strength athletics?
Could Farva give me the help action?
Ah, yes, your polar bear, because your polar bear has also been with you. Of course, your polar bear. Yeah, absolutely. Farva and you kind of go over to the side of the tipped cart and push up against it. You feel the lick of flame kind of coming off the wagon, kissing your skin and burning you ever so slightly. Go ahead and roll me a strength athletics check. And you can have advantage from Farva. Do you need a hand with the character sheet, Farku, or? Oh. I think we're losing you ever so often. I will wait for Fawkes to... Fawkes, can you roll me a strength athletics check when you get a minute?
Yeah, sure. You can actually roll it for me if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, you're having some trouble with roll 20. It's doing that today.
Just some trouble. Yeah, it's doing
Yeah, no problem. All right, well, with a 22, you and Farva push up against it and flip the cart upwards. It is now upright, but you can see it appears to still be closed, and the voice not coming from beneath it, but trapped inside. That being said, it's now a lot easier to access the doors that could let someone in around. The rest of you rush up behind. You see Fawkes' sakes and his trusty polar bear flip the wagon upright, and you hear a voice inside, "Ah!" call out in fear. It is a blazing fire in this forest. What would you like to do? I guess we'll jump to probably... Sorry, I apologize. Bioshi.
Araneth.
Araneth. We move to Araneth.
Well, I would hate if there were any books inside that cart that may get damaged, so I will take out one of my diaries and begin to quell some of the smaller flames and keep the bigger one from spreading.
I see. So you start putting out some of the... So this wagon is basically... Go ahead, Fawkes.
Oh, sorry. No.
Oh, I'm saying the wagon is basically just completely engulfed in flame. And actually, Fawkes, as you're up at it, you can feel it's covered in grease that has been set ablaze. So you're definitely able to put out parts of it with this spell.
Largely just keeping it from spreading.
I see. Okay. So your main focus is keeping it from spreading away from the cart or away from the carriage?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're definitely able to do that using that ability.
So is it burger grease or like some other type of grease?
Do you want to take an action to like smell the grease and see?
I'll like lick it.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that takes an action. You lick it, it does taste like kind of burnt burger grease.
Alright, they spilled oil everywhere. Just be careful.
Sword, as you rush up, you see that Fawkes has called out that there's oil on the cart, on the carriage. The carriage, the blaze in front of you. What would you like to do? There's clearly someone trapped inside. Sword?
I don't know if I have one. I can't do. You said the door was accessible now, though, since they took the.
Yep, Fawkes has flipped the cart up so everything is accessible now.
All
Although
right,
if you look at it, it looks like some of the gold and filigree has kind of like melted into the seams around the door. You know it's going to be a little more difficult than you would have normally expected to get into.
Okay. Is there a window on the door?
Probably not. It's one of those like super noble carriages, right? Where they don't really have, maybe it's like a metal sliding pane
Mesh
that they can like
window.
keep. Yeah, I guess it's like some metal mesh probably. It's meant so that people can't see it, basically. No one can bother this note. But it's definitely a weak point. It's just kind of small.
Well, I probably couldn't pull it off, so I'll probably do the next best thing and try to knock the.
Okay. Oh my god, it happened. Sword Coheir, you
Holy
take out your square hammer and heft it. And where are you aiming specifically?
I was just trying to aim at the door itself.
Okay, and you aim at like just right square in the center of the door. All right, you do 36 damage, and then can you roll again for the critical? Another 16. Okay, because you're gonna hit the door for 58 points of damage. You and the door kind of shatters a little bit, breaks in. Yeah, the door is obliterated.
Well, it don't matter.
Molten gold flies off, and you're actually going to take some damage from it, Sword. And actually, Bioshi, you weren't close enough. So Bioshi, you're going to take 15 points. Not Bioshi, sorry. Sword, you're going to take 15 points of fire damage from the molten gold splashing off as you slam the door. But the door is obliterated. You can see that kind of like huddled inside, kind of stuck between some of the stuff that was inside the cart, is a very rich-looking noble. They wear kind of blue and gold clothing that is badly burned at this point. And yeah, they're just in there, and they're like, please help! I'm the Burgermeister. I'll give you anything, please.
Here, I'll put you out.
Do you have any
just a second,
books?
Fawkes, just a second. It is Ideal's turn currently, as you guys have moved over and done this. Ideal, would you like to do anything, or do we move on?
Quick! I offer him my copper flask.
So, why exactly are we helping him? I mean, he's just a Burgermeister.
Okay, so Ideal, you spend your turn being like, should we help this guy?
Well, he's just the lord of a small town. I mean, why should we help him?
Please help!
The burgers, my friend. No.
All right, Fawkes sakes. Ideal stands there like, why are we out in the rain? Fawkes, it's your move.
No, he's just asking why are we doing this?
Okay, yeah, but I guess are you doing anything to help Ideal or no?
No, Ideal's just questioning why are we helping him?
Excellent. Fawkes sakes, what would you like to do? You'd flip the wagon upright, sword smashed in one of the doors, but the guy is still trapped beneath the debris inside. Someone may have to climb inside of the cart to get him. Or the carriage.
Should I start splashing my flask of copper flask?
Isn't it just filled with booze?
Yes!
So where are you splashing this?
like onto the fire, so I'm trying to put him out with the booze.
So, okay, it's interesting, right? Because you're splashing what is flammable liquid on it, but it's a kind of deal, right? Where for a moment the fire flares up, but then it dies down real low because it burns all the oxygen away. So, where are you trying to blast this booze? Inside the carriage, on it, and around it, or
No, just straight onto him.
onto him? He's just he's just covered in what kind of alcohol is it? Actually, ale or?
Thinking like Everclear.
Cover and everything. It kind of burns my eyes. Please help. Okay. He's trapped and being splashed with booze. He's kind of setting on fire a little bit from the booze, but it burns away real fast. So he's gonna take sustained damage if you do this for a long amount of time. But now you're just cycling him. Beautiful. We move to. I'm gonna get it eventually. Aaroneth, what do you want to do? You see Fawkes has run around the other side of the wagon and is splashing booze onto this guy inside of. I'm sorry, it looks like water. He's splashing water onto the guy in the cart. The water's setting on fire a little bit though.
Why is it not working?
Can I tell why this is still putting the fire out?
Yeah, I think you can guess.
In that case, I'm going to use the same spell, but instead try to blow the air out of the cart.
Okay, you're pulling all the air out of the cart using your tome of mundane. Your diary of mundane spells, rather.
And I'm going to call out if there are any books in there.
Yeah, there's totally a book in there. You see it. It's you don't know what it says, but there is definitely a badly burned book.
Does it seem beyond recovery?
You don't know. It might be, but it might not be. All right. So you're putting the fire out inside the wagon by pulling the air out. Excellent. Sword Coheir, your move. You've just smashed open the door. Fawkes ran over and started splashing water into the room. And the guy's still kind of trapped and needs some assistance. Would you like to do anything?
Try to help pull some of that debris off of.
Okay.
So we can get him out of it.
Yeah. So you climb into the wagon and it's very hot. I need you to roll me a well, actually, this doesn't happen yet. So you go in and your first round inside the carriage. Can you roll me like a strength athletics check to try and get him out? Or if you have any like gear or something or equipment you want to use, you could try to use that too. Just let me know.
Just rolling flags.
Oh yeah, so you're like, you're trying to pull him up, but it's hard. He's really stuck under there. You're reaching through, you grab a book that's useless, you throw it out behind you. It lands on the ground in the rain next to I'll remember your name sometime. Aaroneth. But yeah, unfortunately, there's just so much stuff in here. You see, there's like, and now that you're in there and you're like going through the stuff, there's tons of like awards. It looks like half-melted trophies and prizes. You don't know why this guy keeps all the stuff in here, but he had it all. So unfortunately, he's still stuck, and you're inside the wagon right now. At the end of your turn, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw? You have an advantage on this, though. It's a DC 15. It's pretty high. All right. Because of the advantage, it's a 21. You're breathing in smoke, and the heat is overwhelming. But because Aaroneth, right, is bringing all the smoke out, you're not really suffering the full effects, and you do not take any exhaustion that round. Ideal, it's your move. You look forward. You see that your friend Aaroneth, the Eladrin, who's definitely not Bioshi, is pulling air out of the wagon. You see that Sword has gone into the wagon to try and rescue this guy. What's your move? Ideal? Oh, are you okay, there we go.
So guy's still stuck in the wagon.
Yeah, he's still stuck in there.
the person who's definitely not Bioshi is pulling air out of the wagon.
Yeah, to put the fire lower.
Alright. Fawkes, or wait, was it Fawkes or Sword toward the not alcohol on the...
Fawkes is still pouring not alcohol in.
It's not alcohol.
Yeah,
Yes,
said
it
it's
is
not alcohol.
not. It is
Yeah.
definitely not alcohol.
He's putting out the fire. I don't know what you want from him.
Dale's just looking at this, and he's not even sure if there's anything he can actually do to help at this point.
Okay, you're just like, I'm just gonna let this play out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this play out.
Okay. We're top of the initiative. Fuck's sakes, it's your move. You want to just keep splashing in there, or you see that Sword seems to be having a hard time getting the guy out?
I'll actually get him out.
You hear Sword coughing from all of the gas. All right, you're gonna try go in there, Fawkes?
I'm gonna go all up in there and like grab him.
Okay, so you're gonna climb in with Sword. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, can the both of you roll me athletics checks here? We're gonna count a group athletics check. All right, 18, pretty freaking good. All right, so Sword, you're trying to get at him, but Fawkes has gotten a better angle, and like Fawkes, you get it all up under his arms. He's like, oh hell! And you pull, and Sword, you pull some of the debris off, and the man comes free, and you're able to both escape out of the burning carriage.
All right, Sword, lift his legs.
It's like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, you saved me from the burning carriage. And behind you, the carriage continues to burn.
Sir, were there any books in that carriage?
Yeah, you look over and there's just the one book lying on the ground that Sword threw out originally.
But were there any more, sir?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm throwing light of head right now. No, I am... Can you let me down? He says, kind of looking toward you, Fawkes and Sword, who are still holding him.
Upon hearing the no, Aaronith just... and just lets it light ablaze.
No.
Okay, the carriage goes into full blaze mode.
And then goes for the book.
All right, well, if you insist to carry me, that's fine. I am... Oh, well, I'm sure you've heard of me. I am the Burgermeister. Legendary...
Also, no.
Oh, well, I am a legendary burger tycoon here in the Small Kingdoms. Thank you for rescuing me. This has been the latest in a string of attempts upon my life. Whew.
Why?
And what value does your life have?
Well, I make some of the greatest burgers in all of the land, and I mean, simply for my aid here, I'd be willing to give each of you a golden ticket for free burgers, if you'd like.
I mean, I never turned down a free burger.
Disgusting, but it could be used for barter. Thank you.
I assure you, these are the greatest burgers in the land, and he's still like held between, like, Sword, you got his legs, and Fawkes, you got his arms. He's just hung out there, and he's just like reaching into his pocket. And he pulls out a single golden ticket. Well, I only have one, so you'll have to either share it or split it. Either way, I was, for a light of head. Is there a tavern nearby somewhere we can go? I believe the Haberdackle was not a long way down the road.
Yeah, but what about your cart?
Just beyond saving, can you not see it's ablaze? And it is not, it's not going to survive.
You know, what's your name? Aaron, yes? Is that you? Burgers can be traded for goods and services.
Exactly, barter. That's what I said.
Well, I'll give each of you 1/4 of a golden ticket. And he tears the ticket into 4 pieces and gives each of you one. You could redeem this at any of my, my whitest castle locations here in the Small Kingdoms for 1/4 of a burger. We call them sliders.
Well, I'll just take this book real quick.
It's an autobiography that he was writing, it seems.
And then let me take this book and Actually, you can take it. I was going to burn it, but
Well,
Well,
think of it this way: it'd be a first edition.
It's true. I assure you, I am. Well, please, can we get back to the inn? I'm starting to feel faint. I've been so long locked inside that wagon.
well, I don't think that Fawkes will let you walk anyway.
Oh, bless you, Master Sakes. I've heard of you. Of course. Do you guys bring him back to the inn?
Yep. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bring him back to the inn, and do you let him sit down when he gets to the inn, or do you continue to insist on holding him?
I let him down.
Okay. Fox?
I'll just like keep him under my arm.
Okay. And he's just, all right, I guess I'll stay here. Whew. Guess it's much better now that we're inside and away from that blazing wagon.
Now I'm wet in a dirty place. This is a terrible combination.
Well, you are all famous adventurers, at least most of you, and you've done admirably in rescuing me. Perhaps you could assist me further. I keep them just in case, and he reaches into his pocket and takes out a small wallet. Bartholomew bucks, I believe? Oh, these are what you use.
Where did you get a hold of these?
I purchased them some time ago. They were incredibly cheap. I'm sorry, this is unrelated. I am in need of adventurers' assistance. There are a group of individuals. They call themselves the Burger Sisters. And, well, to be frank, they're scandalous. They've been selling discount burgers. They're disgusting, greasy. They make people incredibly ill.
They sound like a bunch of hags to me.
I would agree, though I wouldn't use such harsh terms. Well, they've been trying to chase me down and run me out of business for a long time, but my superior quality burgers have always won the day. Unfortunately, they've been upping their antics, and, well, their latest discount burgers have actually been selling very well. And I assume they're behind these recent attacks on my life. If a lot of you wouldn't mind looking around, I know this is a small town that we're in here. Word must travel quickly in circles like these regarding a planned attack on someone as important as myself. If you could figure out what's wrong with this and, well, get to the bottom of what they're doing with their discount burgers and put a stop to their attempts on my life, I'd gladly pay you. All of the Bartholomew bucks that I have.
Let me just take a wild guess here. You have 1,200.
No, I have 1,202.
Oh, just to spite me, of course.
I could always keep the 2.
No, it's fine. I'll take the 2.
Very well. He hands them over to you.
I pocket them.
All right. Yeah, you have 2 extra Bartholomew bucks.
What evidence do you have that they're making slights against your life?
Well, besides the fact that they throw... Well, I don't, to be honest. The people who attacked my wagon, I don't know what happened. I heard a loud whinny of my horse and a grunt from my cab driver. And by the way, you guys didn't see a horse or a cab driver while you were there. And then I heard a yell of, "This is what you get for fucking with the Burger Sisters," and I don't know, everything started to set on fire and I couldn't get out.
I have one question. Is that man over there your cab driver?
Just point at a
And I-
random guy.
Point to the man who ran in and told us about this.
Yeah, I feel like, "Oh, Gerald!" And he kind of goes to get up, but he can't really because he's exhausted from being inside a burning chair. And the person goes, "Oh, you survived! Thank goodness, Burgermeister!" And he goes over and greets them, and they exchange words like, "Oh, what happened? I don't know. People came out of the forest and attacked us. I was knocked unconscious, and they took the horse, and there's some back and forth."
Why
Gerald,
don't you just take
does-
the Burger sisters to court? Murder is illegal.
Unfortunately, there really aren't any strong courts out here, and I don't have any hard evidence against them. It's what I need you all for.
I would just like to say that Gerald here saved your life.
Of course, Gerald is my faithful cab driver, and I mean, he's worked within my family for years.
And so did we.
Thank you. But
Anyways.
anywho, the Burger sisters, they're always roiled up in some sort of scandal, and the fact that their most recent discount burgers are actually allegedly good, I mean, preposterous. They're discounting burgers.
What if their burgers are actually good?
Well, if that's the case, so be it. But I'd like you all to try and look into it.
Well, I've had enough of this lowly place. Anything to leave. Shall we?
Well, apparently they have good burgers.
You're stuck
So
with
let's
us
go.
either way, ideal.
I love that, like, ideal
No,
chuckles
truth
at
be told,
that
I
thought.
haven't had the taste of the Burgermeister's burgers yet, so.
They're quite good.
And we'll just have to take your word for it.
So, as you all have been hanging out in this tavern for a little, because you've been hanging out earlier in the day too, and then now, as you're nursing the Burgermeister back to health, and word in the tavern, the few people that are here has kind of spread. One person comes up and says, they are kind of a disgruntled-looking dwarf. They were hanging out with you for most tonight, Fawkes, getting their drank on, talking about the good old days in the war. Hey, you all, you're looking for the discount burgers?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another tavern just down the road. It's called the Weary Nave. They've been selling those discount burgers there. I haven't tried them, but boy, they smell good. Maybe check out there. And thank you all for saving the Burgermeister.
I'm sure we will go check that place out. Seems like the only lead we have.
Yeah, it was great talking to you tonight, Fawkes. You got to tell me next time about your tree kingdom.
Alright, I'm just gonna go out to the burger place.
Okay, you just head out.
Yep.
Okay. So Fawkes, you kind of blaze the path. You head down the road. It's a small town. There's plenty of little cottages and things, but the only other place that has any real light in this place in this dark, rainy evening is another tavern on pretty much the opposite side of town, going right down the main road, called the Weary Nave. As you approach, light kind of shines out through the windows, but there's not really a lot of sound in there. It just kind of is a dull, sad, dreary-looking tavern. The sign is in disrepair, and as you walk in, you see that the place is pretty much a disaster. It kind of smells like piss. It just smells terrible. There are large piles of hay with like some blankets that have been strewn around the big open floor of this building. And you see some people like sleeping on and in them. A couple of them are right up by the fireplace, which is a big fire hazard. And you see behind the counter, there was a very large bartender, you think? Half orc, or actually probably a half giant by the looks of him. Very, very fat. He's got a big dirty white apron on and a brown loincloth. And he kind of looks over to you. There's grease stains all over the apron. He looks at you as come in. Hey, welcome to the Weary Nave.
Oh God, out of one place into another.
Yeah. You looking for burgers?
Yeah, where are all the burgers at?
Yeah, no, we got burgers. What do you, how many do you want?
Give me like all of them.
Oh. All right, we'll see how many we got left. I'll be right back. Yo, Wendy! Wendy! Yeah, what's it? How many burgers we got left? I don't know, like, probably 70? All right, hey, we got 70 burgers left. Is that good? I mean, that's what we got.
Right.
All right, that'll be 2 silver and 1 copper piece for the 70 burgers.
Do you have anything to drink, too?
Excuse me, 2 silver and 1.
Yeah, these are discount burgers. They're great.
That's really discount.
Yeah, no,
They
they're
call
fucking
them?
great.
Could I have that supersized?
Yeah, well, yo, Wendy, stack them on top of each other, like, what, you like 4? Maybe 4 in a stack?
That sounds good.
Yeah, 4 of them. All right. You hear a voice call out from the back room. And, yeah, he's, all right, they'll be on in just a couple minutes. Yeah, we got some, I don't know. What do you drink? What do you want?
Everything.
All right, we got, like, half a bucket of ale.
That works.
All right. He takes, like,
Could you actually make that 2 half buckets of it?
like, we're pretty much out. I mean, it's pretty late.
Uh,
We're running low tonight. I'll get some more as soon as it comes in. Just give me a minute. He walks over like the corner of the room and picks up like there's a bucket with a mop in it, and he takes the mop out, empties the bucket just on a random patron who's lying in a bale of hay, walks into the back room with the bucket. You're left alone in here for just a moment.
so you guys wanted burgers?
Ew.
Hmm.
I want to
go ahead.
check the kitchen real quick. Just peer into it.
Just walked into the kitchen or into the back room. You don't know if that's the kitchen or not.
Am I able to peer into it and see
No,
what's
it's
behind?
got like a opening closing door. It's like one of those doors that like boom boom, like it doesn't lock closed, but it'd be pretty clear if you pushed through it.
Is there anything behind the counter of any note in this? quick?
Yeah. There's a
Excuse me.
club with a couple of nails stuck through it. There's a person back there that looks like they're just like blackout drunk. There's some broken glass. That's about it. Oh, there are some actual like glasses. They're kind of dirty looking.
Nothing behind here, guys. Unless you want to take his weapon.
A moment later, the man pushes back through. Oh, right. And he's got like a sack and that bucket that he pulled. And he walks right toward you, Fawkes, with this sack, which the aroma, it's intoxicating. It smells like it cuts through the underlying piss that pervades this tavern. And it smells like delicious burger. And he hands you this burlap sack, presumably full of burgers.
I will open up the sack.
And a bucket full of ale.
I'll open up the sack and have a look at a burger.
Yeah,
Pulling
looking
out.
inside, it looks like a pretty, like, you know, run-of-the-mill burger. Doesn't look anything impressive.
Oh,
But it
great.
doesn't look horrific.
I'll have a bite.
Okay.
I'm immune to poisons and no, I'm immune to disease.
Of course. Yeah, you take a bite of the burger, and everyone smells and sees this burger. And the guy's like walking back and toward the counter. He's like, "All right, get up from behind the counter. Don't you wake up. He's the morning shift. I need him to sleep like a baby so I can get some rest." He's looking at you, not Bioshi.
Sorry about that. How is this possible? That smell, it's... Oh, God.
And you hear her calling from the back room. "Hey, Mac! Mac, we're not taking any more orders tonight. We're out of meat." "All right. God.
Excuse me, where do you get the meat from?
You know, those guys. It's the 5 guys. They're down the street. They come on down every night, bring over the burgers."
Do they have any relation to some sisters?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Fawkes, you're eating a burger, and you take a bite. It tastes great. It's weird. There's something off about it. It tastes a teeny bit sour, And you can tell like the onions aren't the best onions, and the tomatoes are kind of like wilty, and the lettuce isn't very good, and everything is like, yeah. The meat is very gamey. There's a lot of like tendon and vein to it. And it tastes a little sour, but it's also really good, and you don't feel poisoned or diseased.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right. Does anyone else, Fawkes, do you share your burgers, and does anyone else partake?
Yeah, I'm offering.
So, Fawkes, I would never eat one of these, but how are they?
They're all right. I mean, what do you want from a burger?
They look
I-
absolutely terrible. I need to just verify this for myself.
I mean, I've seen
Yo
work.
grabs one of the burgers and takes a bite out of it.
Ideal, yeah. You take a bite. Same exact thing as Fawkes, right? Super gamey, kind of sour, but it's good. Like, you like it. You don't think you should like it by taking a bite of it, but something about it's like, I kind of like it.
This is the worst tasting burger I've ever tasted, but I like
Oh.
it for some reason.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Those five guys, they know where it's at. Can you believe they just showed up like the other week?
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
it's great.
while-
And you can see at this
Trevor.
point, the barkeep, who you've got the name is Mac, has taken a glass and is kind of like wiping it out, and he looks down at, hey, Wendy, get out here. Help me clean up if you're not cooking. All right, fine. And you see,
What are the names of these five guys?
I don't know. They're just the five guys. I mean, I'm sure they got names, but I don't know them. Look, I don't care. They just showed up like a couple days ago. It's fine. Like, everything's
So if
great.
we go looking for these five guys, we should just them.
Yeah, they're the five guys. I mean, like, you guys are Bartholomews, right? That's how you go by?
It's
We
Bartholomew.
have our own individual. Thank you.
Oh. I'm sorry, I just know you like the adventuring people.
Well,
Anyway.
we do work for Bartholomew. Yes, that is true, but we have our own names.
Well, they're the five guys. I don't know what to tell you. And at this point, you see a kind of a red-headed, very busty barmaid kind of come out of the back. Yeah, what do you want? What do you want, Big Mac? Hey, yo, help me clean up a little bit. Everyone's pissed everywhere again. And it kind of she rolls her eyes and goes over to the corner with, like, there's the mop leaning up against the corner. Rolls her eyes again and walks over straight to you, Fawkes. Hey, can I have the bucket back?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, you didn't finish the ale.
I'll save it for later. You can use it first.
All right. she starts like mopping with the ale.
So,
And the room smells like ale
This
now.
doesn't smell of piss anymore.
oh god. So when do you see these five guys next?
Guy looks
Where
at
did you
Mac.
get your foot lettuce?
Yeah, Mac looks at you guys. I don't know where we get the lettuce. I think Wendy just goes kind of picks stuff out of the forest. It looks green. Yeah, I don't know.
Tastes kind of
What
like
do you
beef.
want to know? He kind of crosses his arms and looks toward you. What do you want to know when the five guys is coming?
Well, I would,
You're not
Like-
trying to ruin this good gig we got here, are you?
of course.
No. Somebody hire Bartholomew's to look into the meat. Make sure that it's all above board and whatnot.
Oh, there you go. He kind of points toward the sack. Which, how many burgers have you eaten at this point, Fawkes?
Probably like 6.
Oh, okay. There's still a shitload of burgers in the sack. Though, Fawkes, you're starting to feel a little bloated because you've had a lot of burger. He goes, yeah, there's your burger. Look at them. Do whatever you want.
I still haven't tried one.
We need to know the source of the meat, though.
Yeah, the cows. That's where burgers come from.
Yeah.
We need to inspect these cows.
We want
I don't
to
know.
make
I don't have cows to look at a farm.
we
Well,
want
if
to
the
make a
five guys
deal
are
on the
supposed-
other side of the small kingdoms to bring them there. Far away from your shop.
Looks, I owns a tavern. I've been running the Weary Nave for so long.
Yes, have you ever heard of us?
Yeah, I don't get it. Look, I just want to run my tavern.
Yeah, and we have our own all the way over there where it won't interfere with yours, but we would like to make a similar deal with the Five Guys.
You know, that's not my problems. You can go fucking talk to the Five Guys. You can find them. I don't care. They came
Yes.
to me because of how great I run my place.
When do they show up?
Everybody loves Old Max.
Big Macs or Old Macs?
Well, my father was Old Mac, but I'm Big Mac.
Do you have any fish?
We got the filet-o-fish. Should be coming probably next week.
Do you mind if we wait here until the Five Guys return?
He looks at you suspiciously. Looks, I don't know if I want you interfering with my Five Guys.
If we go looking for these Five Guys, will we be able to find them rather easily?
He looks at you like, you know what? I don't like this lines of question. I'm not answering any more questions about my guys. He looks at you guys like, I'm not doing it.
Well, have you seen the cows that the meat comes from, personally?
Do I look like a farm?
Well, no, but you say they come from cows, but you've never seen the cows for yourself. So how do you know they're actually cows?
I don't care.
This isn't incorrect.
The meat's real cheap and people like it. This is great.
Do you mind if we stay the night here?
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's like I don't know, probably a silver.
Will you have more
Pretty-
burgers, more meat tomorrow?
2 silvers gets you a hay bale too. Yeah, we'll have more meat in the morning.
Dude,
Then we
there's
can
like a
wait
hair in
until
my
then.
burger.
Oh, yeah, sometimes they have, I actually never seen them with hair. Is it one of Wendy's hairs? Is it red?
Yeah, what's the deal with this, dude? Come on.
Wendy, stop getting your hair in the burgers. Yeah. Yeah, shut it, Mac.
You running this out from in here or what? Like, you
Hey,
can't
man,
do
look,
this.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a free burger in the morning, all right?
I'm gonna
Yes,
have
we'll-
to call the FDA, dude. We might
We'll
have to
stay
put
the
down-
night, and yeah, we'll stay the night, and
All right.
we
It's
can.
gonna be a silver for each of you and 2 silvers if you want the hay bale.
I think I'll sleep outside. Thank
Or
you.
whatever, suit yourself. At this point, Big Mac disengages from you guys, and yeah, pretty much won't talk to you anymore.
Okay,
I'll
guys.
just head into the kitchen.
We'll stay the night. When they come by, we'll meet them ourselves and figure out what they know.
What were you saying?
Work
Fox?
I'm just gonna walk into the kitchen.
Oh, you're just gonna walk right by him?
Yeah, man. Like what?
No, he's just like, hey, what are you doing? No, you can't go back there.
What do you mean? I can't go back.
No, you can't go back there. He kind of interposes himself
Excuse
between
me,
the
sir.
door and you.
Who
Can we
the
go back
hell
to
do you
the
think I am?
shiny gold coin?
You know,
Fuck's
you're
sakes.
not. Okay. Like, no, this is my restaurant. You're not coming into my kitchen.
How about 2 gold coins?
All right, enjoy the kitchen. Here you go. Go on down in. He gets out of your way and takes your gold. So Fox, you're the first one in. You see immediately there is what a man. He has a kind of red cape with white fur kind of lining it. He has a golden crown on his head, and his face is kind of bent down in like a big frown. He looks incredibly unhappy, probably because he's chained to a chunk of pipe coming out next to the grill. I'm sorry, it's like a griddle above a fire pit.
Hey, it's
he's-
Burger King.
He's like, help, please! They're making me cook burgers all day. I've been in here for weeks.
Oh, dude. Come on.
You also see that there is kind of a closet with like, it's got a big wet blood stain on the bottom. Like that's probably where the meat sack was. And there's a door right next to it leading out like a back door.
Yo,
Yes,
these aren't up to standards at all.
This guy's like, please free me. Please, I beg you. I'm trapped.
No, he's good. He's good. Don't worry.
You walk right by him, Fox.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to eat some burgers. Hey, your
Mhm.
burgers are pretty good.
Hey, thanks. Okay.
Do you know what meat is made in these burgers are made of?
No, But the 5 guys, every night at midnight, they come by. I don't know, they're coming from the forest. From the graves.
These aren't made from dead people, are they?
I don't know. There's an old gravesite out there from the war. Near the Orc war camp. I think they're coming from that way. I saw their lights a few times through the window, and he kind of points to the back window.
I'm starting to have deja vu.
You've been in this place before?
No, but about a few months back, I was helping Janglebones investigate something about another burger joint about zombie cows.
And the Burger King, who's still chained to that piece of pipe, says, please, if you free me from this, I don't know, I'll give you everything I have. I'll give my crown. It's all I have left, please.
Ah,
I
thanks.
say
I'll
we
just take
free
his
the man.
You just take his crown, okay? And you say you'll get him on the way back? Okay. Yeah, as y'all are getting ready, you can see out like the back window of the tavern, there are in fact some lights kind of coming from the forest. And you see about 5, figures cloaked in darkness, dragging a big sledge with something heaped on top of it. Coming in the direction of the place.
Already
Those
being
the-
outside,
I
I think I see them.
Yeah, you see them first, not Bioshi.
I walk inside and say, guys, oh God, where are they this time? I just yell out, they're here!
Alright,
you all
not
do?
Bioshi.
It's Araneth!
Okay, not Bioshi.
Not Bioshi's easier to remember.
I have
Alright,
no
so-
idea why you're associating that name to me.
Yeah, let's find out where this meet.
Yeah, so what do? You just go outside and see the 5 guys?
Hey,
They're
it's
still
5
exiting the
guys.
forest right now. They're maybe 100 feet away. There's like a little clearing.
Hmm.
Do you like wait for them to get to the place, or do you go out and just meet them?
Hello, good sirs. We understand you have.
Wait. Do you wait for them to get to the tavern, or do you go out to meet them?
Adiel's gonna go out to meet them.
Okay.
I was waiting outside for someone else to go, so I'll follow them.
Okay, Ideal. As you go out to meet them, you see them go and turn around and abandon the cart, and abandon the sledge, and begin to run back toward the forest.
Wait! I wanted to make a deal.
They're running away currently. You see them running away.
Let them run. Let's see what this cart's
I'll
got.
fire an
now.
eldritch blast at one of them.
Oh God! You're just gonna shoot one of them with an nose. Okay, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Yeah. Let's see.
So Fawkes, you're gonna just head over to the cart or the sledge, rather.
Yeah.
Oh
Get
wow! On
them.
a 10,
Oh,
you
wow.
miss. Ideal. You slip on the mud, and your Eldritch Blast goes wide. And I guess sorry. Ashira? No, not Ashira. That's a different character. This is why you tricked me, Bioshi, not Bioshi.
Araneth.
Araneth, you see them running off into the forest. You're the only one outside when they start to run. Would you like to do anything? Or just let them run?
Well, I suppose I need to stop at least one of them to figure out why they're running.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and shoot one in the leg.
Okay. You miss. Your arrow goes wide, and they disappear.
I can't see them anymore.
Oh yeah, they've run off into the dense forest.
I knew I should have just taken them down.
Fawkes, if you go over to the sledge and you flip it open, it's just filled with what looks like just a huge pile of meat, of unidentifiable meat. Very
Alright.
veiny and stringy and gamey.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
And... Hey, Big Mac. Who runs the place?
Oh, that's me.
Can I just buy you out?
Like what? How much?
I don't know. What would you say? Maybe a few thousand gold?
Fuck, Wendy. We're moving to the Crimson Coast. Absolutely. All right. He spits in his hand. 2,000 gold. The place is yours.
Yeah. Gonna buy your entire franchise, alright? Cool. Sign
Yeah,
the-
no. I mean, it's just the one Weary Knave Tavern.
Ah, cool.
All right. If you just give him the gold, you sell it, and he leaves.
Alright, I think we're good here.
Okay, you now own the Weary Knave Tavern. There's also, oh yeah, you can keep the big heap of meat back there. I don't know what it is really. I'll be honest. It's definitely not beef though.
That's cool.
Okay.
What are we
so-
going to do about the Royal Burger King here?
He can still. He's pretty good at making burgers.
What are you talking about?
Yo, Burger
Idea's
King.
gonna try and free
Oh,
the
he
Burger King.
cowers.
by breaking.
Do you
his-
mind if you keep cooking for me?
No, your lordship, he says in terror.
Good.
I just don't
Okay.
trying for him.
Listen, our only lead ran off.
You could
We
take
need
them
to either
first if you
follow
want.
them or wait for them.
What do you guys want to do?
If we wait for them, then I can convince them to lead us to the next clue.
Let's head back to the Burgermeister.
I mean,
Honestly,
yeah, technically, I think we did what the Burgermeister wanted.
Yeah, we drove out the
He's the only
competition.
burger game in town. I mean, once we free this former Burger King.
I'm just gonna buy out the Burgermeister too. You're like,
You know,
hey,
we
good
could
burgers.
just follow the
What-
sled mark.
Yeah, you could follow the sledge mark sword. You're absolutely right.
I was going to follow the footsteps, but that's much smarter.
I was gonna bring the burger meat to the expert, see if the Burgermeister could tell like if there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Ideal's still gonna try and free the Burger King.
so ideal. You get to work freeing the Burger King. Fawkes, you're heading to the Burgermeister.
Yeah, with the Burger King's crown on.
Okay. And not Bioshi and Sword. Araneth and Sword, you're heading out into the forest to find out what's happening. So we're gonna start with Sword. I'm sorry, with Ideal. Ideal, can you roll me? Are you trying to break the chain that's chaining him there, or he's pretty?
Yes,
like,
I'm trying to
severely
break the
chained?
chains. I'm gonna
You
use
could-
my
Your packed
my-
weapon, I assume.
yeah, my packed weapon.
And with a packed weapon, you could accidentally cut off his leg if you mess up. It's chained on there real tight. You'd have to like. Yeah, I'm just saying if you
Well,
mess up,
I'm
it
trying
could
to
be
break
bad
the
for him.
chains. I'm trying to break
Yeah.
the chains themselves, not.
Yeah,
trying
he's
to-
wrapped in there real tight though.
You could just ask like Big Mac for the lock or something.
Well, if he loses a leg,
Yeah, I'm just
You
fine. You
shouldn't
don't
have
care.
moved.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ideal. Go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, you're fine. You break the lock. You shatter the chain. He's, oh, you. Thank you. Can I leave?
yes, go
Come
rule
on.
your Burger Kingdom.
I don't have a Burger Kingdom. And he runs.
Then
away.
why do you call yourself the Burger King?
I don't. He did. He says, pointing in the direction Fawkes went, and he runs away.
Alright.
Fawkes, we'll go to you next. Fawkes, you go into the original tavern, and the Burgermeister says, "Ah, you've returned. Have they been ousted?"
Yeah, I own them now.
That's great. Are you going to try and kill me?
No? Do you want to work for me too?
Oh no, I'm a self-made man.
Sure, why not? Do you see anything wrong with this meat?
Oh, that's vile. It looks like I don't even know. Monster
mean-
meat? Why would you sell?
Hey.
You wouldn't sell this, would you?
What? Monster meat's delicious. Dude, I eat that stuff all day.
Well,
I don't think
Gross.
there's anything wrong with it, is there? I mean, just some like I don't know, aberration spaghetti,
Oh.
dragon steak,
Oh.
stuff, dude. All right, well, sure. Seems like we're good here.
Yeah.
You own the place, like I mean,
it'll be good to have some competition that's not trying to kill me every so often. Best of luck to you, Master Six. He kind of holds out a hand to shake your hand.
I spit into my hand, and yep.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you again for rescuing me earlier.
No problem.
Can I get you a drink?
Yeah.
Okay, so you two have a cordial conversation. And the other two, Sword Coheir and not Bioshi. I'm sorry.
One day.
No. You two follow the sledge trail. You're following it for maybe 15 minutes, and it pretty closely mirrors the footsteps. They ran back in this direction. Hard to see. It would be hard to see the footsteps if they weren't so close to the sledge trail. However, after about that 15 minutes of going through the forest, you start to see mounds of dirt like graves. And there are just a few at first, and then more and more. And then up ahead of you, you see faintly a light as you appear to be entering the burnt out remains of some very old war camp, dotted with graves. You hear some voices in the distance. They could be on our tail. We have to get out of here. Just pack everything else up. I don't know. If the fuzz is onto us, we can't let them trace us back to the Burger Sisters. All right, Johnny, let's get packing. And you hear the sounds of movement. What, are we gonna burn this place to the ground? Yeah, burn the place, burn it. Robin, you got anything? Yeah, I got it. A deeper voice talks. You can hear this in the distance. What would you all like to do? Or you two.
Sword, wait a second.
Hey! It's Big Mac, you just left me out to dry! I still need my shipment!
Oh, okay. So, Sword, what are you doing as Bioshi pretends or tries to pretend to be Big Mac?
I'm gonna hide to avoid being detected.
Can you give me a stealth check with advantage? Okay. Yeah, you duck expertly behind some burned out orcish tent. And the five figures kind of converge coming toward you now. It's like, oh, it's just Big Mac. Oh, nice. Thank God.
I need a tavern to run! How am I supposed to run it without the meat?
I could have sworn I saw Ideal there. Christ, those Bartholomews, they're everywhere.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do I need to go to source myself?
And you see the five figures approach you. Yeah, one of them kind of steps forward. If you are, in fact, Big Mac, then what is my name? They seem kind of like, as you look at them, they're holding, or they're the only one not holding a torch as they're coming toward you. And you can see beneath their cloak, they appear to be a drow, a dark-skinned elf.
Use the five guys, who else?
Damn, he's good. Well, what, you want the meat? We left it.
What you talking about? You didn't leave it?
Roll me a deception check. With disadvantage, because you just, like, they know.
Damn animals must have gotten to it.
Oh, really? You know,
Yeah,
we're the
like I
five
said-
guys. Well, what's my name, Big Mac?
You never told me.
I did, Big Mac. What is it?
What does he look like?
He looks like a drow, like I said.
Are there any identifying marks on him that may show something?
He's got a burger tattooed on like his cheek.
What order is he in the line of the?
He
in
approached you. He approached you right up in the front.
You's got
He seems to be
number
their
one.
leader. He draws a knife. And he's actually going to roll an insight check against your illusion, right? What's your DC?
15.
Okay. He gets a... What is his insight? Insight is wisdom, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to give him advantage, but he's probably... Yeah, he's like, Big Mac, you're forgetting things. Big Mac, you're forgetting. And he kind of steps forward and kind of levies a knife at you and says, we're not giving you any more meat. We already gave you your supplies for tonight.
Where am I supposed to get my... I heard you guys. You guys gonna leave me high and dry. How am I supposed to run a business like that?
You do
Sword, would you
know
like to do
that I
anything?
did literally just buy all of their burgers.
True. Sword, would you like to do anything as you're watching this happen? You can sneak around. It looks like the other dudes, which you see, one's like a half dragon, it looks like a red dragonborn guy. There's that drow. The others are all human.
Is there anything that I can notice worthwhile? Just scoping the place out.
Yeah, there's just burnt. So yeah, they have like a main camp a little ways further back, and there's a big tent they have set up.
All right.
Do you want to
I
sneak
guess
over to the tent?
Yeah, I think I'll sneak over to the tent while they're pre.
Yeah, so you sneak over to the tent. You got a 19 before, so they're way past your past perceptions. And as you sneak over and you pull aside the tarp and you look in, you see illuminated by the fire behind you, inside the tent, there are dozens of dead owl bears. Looks like they have been poaching and slaughtering an endangered species, the gentle owl bear, for meat.
I've never known an owlbear to be gentle, but okay.
It's a gentle and beautiful creature. Regardless, you know they're an endangered species.
Right.
These are small kingdom owlbears. They are very gentle and kind.
Exactly. Yeah, these are the small, it's kind of like the black bear equivalent of an owl bear. They're like much smaller and harmless. They're very, very endangered. Would you like to do anything upon finding that out?
I'll take some evidence back with me.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, the
to,
whole camp is pretty substantial evidence.
Yeah, I'll just take something back with me to, show to the others, and
Okay.
I'll
so
try to
you
sneak
loot
my
through.
way.
Okay. Yeah, you loot through and you grab like a ledger or some papers, some letters and notes, just whatever you might see, and you kind of scoot off into the darkness. And Bioshi, at this point, not Bioshi, you know what I'm talking about.
A Big Mac.
Big Mac. At this point, they start like pressuring you, like, yeah, Big Mac, go back to your tavern. We've got bigger fish to fry right now.
If we're gonna renegotiate them, I'm gonna need to talk to your manager.
They laugh at you. One of them speaks up. Ain't nobody talk to the Burger Sisters?
Well, when am I gonna get my next shipment?
Tomorrow.
What time?
Same as always. You can tell he's lying to you.
We gonna have a problem.
Yeah, and they're not gonna like play with you anymore. They're not like talking anymore. They're like telling you to back off, and you can tell they're gonna attack you if you don't. Like you feel very overtly threatened.
Fine.
Okay, do you back off?
Have I noticed Sword doing his stuff?
Yeah, you see him very clearly behind them in the firelight.
Once he's clear, I'm going out.
Okay. A lot of you back off, you two. Ideal, back at the tavern, you see Not Bioshi and Sword come back in. And Fawkes, have you made your way back?
Oh, these burgers are pretty good.
Fawkes is also back in the tavern.
You're still eating those things?
I've had like 40 of them already. Oh, wait, that's all of them. Yeah. I'm kind of tired now.
Oh god, it's terrible.
Oh, like my stomach is completely engorged.
You're just horribly
I'm like
distended.
Yeah, I'm just like laying back on this chair. It's like creaking from the weight.
Sword, what did you...
And yeah, Sword, as you flip through, there are like letters from the Burger Sisters that would indict them. You know, it would clearly show that, like, all right, yeah, they are responsible for this situation with the owlbear hunting.
So what's up, guys? Was he good? I think we finished.
Yeah, we've had a rather productive little forest.
Is
Yeah,
there any
yeah,
way we
we
could
should-
use this to track where they are?
Huh?
Seems not.
Well, I picked up a few ledgers and stuff, so there might be something in there.
Do you want to
And-
just go back and torture some people?
What's going on?
Well, why don't we
as-
give this evidence to the Burgermeister first, and then he can alert the authorities while we try to round up the...
Sword,
it's good, it's
sword.
good.
We
Well,
are
So we're
the
opposition
authorities.
town, right?
As you kind of go to do your various different things, right? You go to to give the Burgermeister the evidence, and you head back into the forest. You find that there is nothing left of the five guys. The five guys have run off. They have left in the evening, clearly not trusting of what was going on. Maybe they've had some eyes on the tavern the whole time that you didn't really know. But yeah, they have left in the evening and the night while you were back in the tavern. However, you have plenty of evidence to implicate the Burger Sisters. They are kind of run out of town. They are shamed within the small kingdoms. And over the next few days, the Burgermeister sees you all are fed with delicious burgers that are way better than the other burgers.
Oh god, these are so delicious.
Whoa, these are even better.
I need
Welcome
more.
to White Castle, Whitest Castle. And he pays each of you your 300 Bartholomew bucks, except for Farku, who got 2 more for some reason. And you have each completed this adventure. Congratulations.